Welcome to a new video, guys. So today we're gonna walk around a little bit. There's a really cool place called Victory Monument that's like a 10-minute walk from the Airbnb, and it's supposed to have really cool street food and restaurants, and it's just like a central place where people commute from, so there's a lot of options to eat and just a really cool market area over there. So let's go check that out. So this is kind of the main road leading up to Victory Monument. You probably get a glimpse of it right there. And then lining the streets here are all food vendors and stores. There's another 7-Eleven right here. There's clothing stores and stuff. And then farther down there's more street vendors and an actual place designated for street vendors. Here it is. And the entrance is by Victory Monument, but this is a side entrance. I got a bunch of clothes. Let's start on this side. Got some like tom yum soup and laksa. And it's not as full as the other day, which I'm surprised because it's a Sunday. And usually Mondays are when they take a break because it's like road cleaning day or something. But I was expecting it to be full today. Some banana skewers. Yeah, we gotta get some of this, I think. Which looks like some kind of fried dough with condensed milk on it. Can't go wrong with that. One. Thank you. Alright, let's keep moving. Got a bunch of noodles here. Fried stuff. Seems like smoothies and juices. So how much? Thank you. Alright guys, we got a couple things here. That looks really good too. We got some squid as well. Let's grab some of this. Alright, so I got one of the tendon and one of these. They look stuffed. And then they grill it over here and then they put some hot chili sauce on it. And I slather it in some spicy sauce. Alright guys, then you turn around and you find all kinds of creepy crawlies. Looks like scorpion, some crickets. We'll come back to that maybe. Look at this stuff. It's been a while since I've had some salmon because Sri Lanka doesn't really get any anymore. Maybe let's try some of this. Oh, look at that. It looks so good. So it's 120 baht each. Seems like a pretty good deal, to be honest, for that many pieces of crab. And quite a bit of salmon as well. I am very interested to try this crab out. Looks like they got some Thai tea over here. Is this tea? 30 baht. Tea? 30 baht. 3 กล่องได้ครับผมหั่นไม่เลยโอเค
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Thai tea is one of my favorite drinks. Even when I get boba in the US, I always get Thai tea. So let's stop somewhere and try this out. Whew, it is hot out here, but let's try some of this squid that I got. The bigger stuff, I'm just gonna go back to the Airbnb and try because there's nowhere to sit here. And if you want to sit in those seats over there, you need to get something from those restaurants. All right, so let's try a bit of this squid, and it's slathered in the spicy sauce, which I'm a little afraid of. Oh God, that's so hot, but it tastes so good. The squid itself doesn't have much flavor in it. It's just cooked really well. It's not rubbery or anything. It's tender, but that sauce, oh man, it's so spicy, but it tastes so good. I just want to keep going back, but it hurts so bad. It's acidic. There's like vinegar in there and a whole bunch of bird's eye chilies. Also, that squid is stuffed with like rice or something. Really weird. I didn't see that coming. I thought maybe it would have been stuffed with like pork or something. The rice really threw me off. Ooh, that's spicy. It's so good though. As you can probably see, it's making me sweat. But that gives me a reason to try the Thai tea, so let's try this. Oh yeah. It's filled to the brim with ice, but it's still so creamy. And unlike most of the stuff you get in the US, you still get that Thai tea taste, like the actual tea taste, rather than like fully getting milk or sweet. Yeah, that's really good. Thai tea in Thailand, it's a must. All right, so with the salmon and the raw crab, I'm gonna eat that at the Airbnb with the other desserts I got, just because it's kind of messy around here and I don't want to pull that all out. But let's keep looking around. Maybe we can get some more skewers and stuff to try. I just downed this entire Thai tea and I can still feel the heat from that chili sauce on the squid. It's like stabbing at my tongue, but I still want to go back for more. I can't help it. It's too good. All right, so I see some meat. Let's try and grab some. A bit of a crowd, so we'll come back to that. Let's get some of these balls. Not sure what these are, but he grabs them from here and then grills them. Looks like he put some sauce on there too. I really hope that's not spicy because I have nothing else to drink. Thank you. I'm guessing you put some veggies on it, but we're gonna skip that. Grab some of this meat. Thank you. All right, so those sticks of beautifully cooked meat were only 10 baht each, which is an absolute steal. Because in the US for skewers like this, I'd probably pay around $2 or $3. All right, let's go ahead and try these skewers that I just got. First up are these. I'm guessing they're like fish balls. I think that's pork. They're super bouncy. They have almost the same texture of like chicken gizzard. And the sauce is not too spicy. It's just like a sweet chili sauce. Pretty good. All right, next up, let's try this freshly made pork belly. The seasoning on there is incredible. It's sweet, it's fatty. You get little pieces of meat in there. It's so good. Love the sweetness. Definitely can't eat a lot of these. There's a lot of fat in this cut, but they are seasoned to perfection. Every bite is bursting with like that sweet kind of soy barbecue flavor that they got. All right, guys, let's keep moving. There's one more little road to check out. A bunch of fresh juice here. This looks like a narang in Sri Lanka, like the orange lime hybrid. Let's go ahead and try one. So orange looking. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what else they got here. Looks like a bunch of kind of pickled vegetables. Some barbecue pork with noodles. Not sure what this is. It's noodles? I pick? Okay, that's one? I'll take that. So it's basically noodles, and then you pick which sauce you want. And then when you get home, I guess you put it on top of the noodles. He said this was the best one. Let's hope it's true. Looks like she's got a bunch of mochi. Hi. Can I try the Nutella one? One Nutella and one green tea.
Yes. And one tea.
Yeah. It's like freshly made mochi, so we gotta try it. Ooh, there's a salted egg one as well. Maybe I should go for that. Can I also, sorry, can I have one of these as well? Salted egg.
Salt, okay.
Yes. Sorry. Let's keep moving. It's like some sort of candies. Ooh, they got big versions of what we just tried. This looks like some chicken satay. Looks like they got some mango sticky rice here. That's very tempting. I think we gotta try it. And it's only 50 baht as well. People are so nice here. It's, even though we can't like communicate, you can tell that they're very sincere. It's really nice. This stuff looks really good. Ooh, what is this? We'll have to come back for this some other time. I am very full on food right now, and I still have some like leftovers from 7-Eleven yesterday. But this looks like papaya salad. We might have to get some of that. We've got some crab as well. More papaya salad. Let's go ahead and get one, and then we'll head back to the apartment, I think, and try all this stuff out. Okay, so I don't know how it works. I just kind of pointed at it and showed him, and I think they make it right there in front of you, and that whole thing. Medium. Little bit. Little spicy, yeah. Goes in there, some chili, some salt, that looks like, and maybe some sugar as well. A little bit of tomato, and then that looks like fish sauce. Quite a bit of fish sauce, and I know fish sauce is one of those polarizing flavors, but I love it. I can handle a lot of it. Some carrots. And then, pretty sure that's papaya, your traditional like Thai papaya salad. Some peanuts and some dried shrimp. That's gonna be good. All right, guys, we are all full on food. I can't carry anything else. So let's make our way back to the apartment and try all this stuff out. It looks like, ooh, some egg tarts. You know I gotta try an egg tart. All right, last thing, I promise. Look at how golden those are. A little brown on top too. Can you get one? Yeah. Thank you. How much? 5 baht for a freshly made egg tart. Yeah, that was totally worth it. And I can tell they look good. They look super fresh, and that yellow eggy color is crazy. I hope to God nothing is leaking in my backpack right now, because I'm just absolutely stuffing it with food. But there's Victory Monument. And here's a look around. You got a bunch of street vendors, bunch of great food options as well. And then across the street there's like a little air-conditioned mall as well. Took a little stroll through there. There's nothing much in there. There's a couple of restaurants, but if I was you, I'd just stick to the street food down that way. So fun fact, Texas chicken right there is actually Church's in the US, but obviously they can't call it Church's here just because it has like a religious affiliation, so they call it Texas chicken. There's your little fun fact of the day. But yeah, the location of this Airbnb is really good. Like it's a 10 to 15 minute walk from Victory Monument, which is like a pretty nice hub for food and shops. And there's a couple malls around here as well. There's even a 7-Eleven on this side of the street, and then when you cross over there's another one on this side. But yeah, it's an absolutely amazing location. All right, so here's our alleyway for the Daydream Apartments, which is where I'm staying. So if you want to check that out on Airbnb, go ahead, because it's really great location. And once you walk like 3 minutes down that way is where that super fancy mall is. And also the staff here can't speak much English, but they've been so helpful, and they've been using like Google Translate to talk to me. And when you call them, they come right up. My microwave wasn't working yesterday, and they came up and fixed it within like 10 minutes. So really good service as well. It's more like a hotel than an Airbnb, really. We've also got a station for water here, and then key cards to get into the building and to the room as well. And they've also got a washing machine and dryer. You gotta pay for that, but I think it's like 10 baht or something like that. The only drawback is not having an elevator. All right, guys, let's dig in. Here's everything I got. We got this beautiful egg tart that's actually still warm. Then we got some mango sticky rice in here, some salmon sashimi in some fish sauce, it looks like, with a lot of bird's eye chilies and garlic. Then we got some raw crab, and they even gave us a little bit of the guts right there. And then we got one of my favorite things here. It's kind of like an Indian paratha, one of those flaky ones, and it comes with condensed milk, and it's so good. Then we got 3 types of mochi here. So we got a green tea, a Nutella, and a salted egg. And then of course, some traditional Thai papaya salad. And then we also got another dessert here. Looks like it has condensed milk on it as well, but it's a little bit more crispy and fluffy. And then we got our noodles, which comes in a little baggie with some bean sprouts and cabbage. And here is the soup for that noodles. He recommended that one to me. He said that was the best one, so I hope it's good. Looks like it had a lot of veggies in it. And then we also got our little pork skewers. And of course, our orange lime juice here. Everything looks incredible, and it's a lot of food. But the good thing is this Airbnb comes with a refrigerator and a microwave, so I can save anything and eat it tomorrow, which is another great thing about this place. All right, guys, let's dig in. Okay, so first up, let's try this salmon and the crab. Here we go. That's good. There's so much stuff in here, but none of it overpowers the kind of fatty taste of the salmon. I thought there'd be like a lot of like fish sauce and a lot of spice interrupting like the flavor of the salmon, but you still get that beautiful kind of like fatty texture and taste that's coming from the salmon, and the salmon quality is actually really good. Okay, let's move on to this raw crab, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating. I don't think I've ever had raw crab before. I know it's very common doing like Korean culture where you like mix it with the spices and marinate it, but it's still a little intimidating. All right, let's go ahead and try this. Honestly, that's kind of fishy, and I'm not really a huge fan of that. The sauce is too light. I think a lot more like soy sauce or like fish sauce would have really helped kind of penetrate it, but also that kind of fleshy texture of the raw crab is kind of weird to me. Now, I obviously don't eat raw crab, and I've never eaten it before, so this is the first time. And maybe it takes some time to get used to. But this rendition here, I'm not a huge fan of. It's definitely something you probably have to grow up eating or get used to. It's kind of like oysters. Like the first couple times you eat it, you're probably not going to like it. But after that, you keep eating it, you keep trying it, and it's one of the best things you'll ever have. All right, let's move on. Let's go ahead and eat this egg tart before it gets cold. It's still warm, which is crazy. But look at how golden and beautiful that is. God, I love a good egg tart. Every time I go anywhere that sells them, I always try them just to know where the best one is. And if you're in the US, the best place to get one is 85 degrees. That's just from the research I've done anyway. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is so good. It's so custardy and the pastry is so freaking flaky. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can hear me bite into it. You get that buttery silkiness of the custard, just a hint of sweetness, and then that flaky pastry. It feels like I'm eating air. All right, next up, let's try this noodle dish. And the noodles come in a little plastic wrap right here. Let's pour that out. They're still nice and bouncy. And then also it comes with, looks like a little bit of like green beans and cabbage, and then also bean sprouts and some uncooked cabbage. Let's hope we can get this open without spilling anything. Okay, so immediately out of this, I'm smelling that kind of bamboo shoot mushroom kind of smell that you get when you're eating like ramen. You know, you get the little strands of bamboo shoot. That's exactly what this smells like. But let's go ahead and pour this out. There's tons of veggies in here. Perhaps this wasn't the one for me, but we'll see how it tastes. And yeah, as you can see, there's like a bunch of bamboo shoots. That's exactly what I was smelling. There's like a nice coat of the soup on the noodles, and it's a lot thicker than it looked in the bag. Whew! Spicy again, kind of sour. The soup is a sour flavor, and it's very vegetable heavy. It's not for me, and it doesn't taste bad, but if you like kind of that sour, funky taste of that bamboo shoot, you're gonna love this. I just think I would have preferred like a meat-based soup more. This one tastes more like something you'd find in like India or Sri Lanka. It's like very curry-based, and it doesn't incorporate some of those like classic Thai flavors like the sweetness. So I think that's what's throwing me off a little bit. It's just really strong. I think it's time to try this kind of orange narang kind of juice. Wow. There's absolutely no sugar in here, but it's like subtly sweet from the orange, and it's all natural and super cooling. And there's little pieces of the orange in there as well that you bite into, and you got like a hint of sweetness from that. It's like nature's boba. That's incredible. Okay, and now on to one of my favorite Thai dishes of all time, and that is papaya salad. And this one's got some dried shrimp on it, some peanuts, and then of course a little bit of chili and the shredded papaya as well. And what's awesome is that he made this right in front of us. And then look at the amount of juice in there. That's the best part. You put that on some rice or some noodles and you can just eat that plain. I mean, it's that good. Let's go in for a bite here. That's so good. Spicy, not as spicy because I asked him not to put the whole chili in there, but you still get a hint of spiciness, the crunchiness from the papaya. It's so limey and it's sweet, salty. You get that funky taste of the fish sauce. It's one of the most unique dishes out there. There is nothing that compares to this. And honestly, it's the only salad I will willingly eat. Now let's grab a bite with a little bit of shrimp now. That just elevates it to a whole nother level. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm used to eating dried shrimp, but if you're not, it's a very funky, like strong fishy taste. It's like a very funky, salty, a slightly fishy taste that you're gonna have to get used to. But once you do, It works so well in this. And you know what? I bet this would be even better tomorrow. You stick it in the fridge, let it marinate in those juices for a little while longer, and it's gonna be even better. All right, next up we got this kind of bready, cakey sort of looking thing. And I think it's fried when she makes it. And then when you put like the sauces on it, it gets kind of soft, kind of like ladyfingers. And then on top, I think there's condensed milk. Okay, I'll tell you what. That is really good. It's like a giant donut, but lighter. It's more airy on the inside. It's easier to eat. It's not as sweet as a donut, and it's way better than a donut. Okay, so this is sort of like an Indian or Malaysian paratha. It's super flaky, and look at that. You can basically see through and look at that. You can basically see through the roti itself. And look at how flaky and how many like crevices and stuff there is in this. So you can capture all of that condensed milk in it. Let's go ahead and try a bite. Now I've had this before. Actually, my aunt from Malaysia introduced it to me. So shout out to her. Because it's also, I think, eaten in Malaysia as well. And it's so weird because it's like such a simple thing, but so good together. All right, let's go ahead and grab a little bit. Dip it in here. That flavor never gets old. It's like elasticy and chewy, and it's just such a pleasant and satisfying texture to it. And then you get like that creamy hit of the condensed milk, and it just brings it all together. It's one of the most simple desserts and one of my favorite desserts because it just all makes sense together. And I bet if you heated that up, oh man, it would be absolute perfection. All right, and last but not least, we got the sticky rice with mango. And of course, I had to get it when I saw it because it's an absolute Thai staple that's made its way around the world. And I had to have it here in its birthplace. And so you got some really fresh mangoes here. And then the coconut milk and like condensed milk sauce. And then this I've never seen before. Looks like a little bit of like rice that's been like fried or something. I think usually I'm used to having it with like sesame seeds on top, so that's weird. I'm excited to try that. All right, let's go ahead and pour this coconut milk concoction onto the rice. And I have no idea what this is, so if you do, let me know in the comments. But of course, we're just gonna put it on there and try it. All right, so we got some of the rice, some coconut milk, mango, and then also some of that kind of fried up rice as well. I mean, what else is there to say? It's incredible. The sweetness isn't too overwhelming. The mangoes are really fresh, really good. And then these little crispy guys, they don't taste like anything, but they add like some texture to all the like the softness. It gives it a little bit of crispiness, and it just works really well together. And so when I eat mango sticky rice in the United States, it's a lot sweeter. There's a lot more condensed milk in it, but this is like very subtly sweet. And then also there's a hint of saltiness in that as well. So there's like salt in there along with the sweetness. And if there's one thing to know about me, it's that I absolutely love salt in anything. And that salt really helps kind of highlight the flavors of the coconut and the milk because it brings those out. All right, guys, so that was my Victory Monument haul for today. The food was all incredible. There's some that I still have to get used to, but all of it was really good. Really nice quality food as well. The people there are so friendly and helpful as well. They were willing to answer any questions I had, even though they couldn't speak much English. They'd go find someone from a different stall who could speak a little bit and bring them over, which is so incredible. And then to have food that's so fresh, made from scratch, and so cheap, it's just so incredible. And so far, Bangkok is living up to all the hype. The food is incredible. Honestly, I've never seen this much street food and food that's so interesting looking. You like turn your head and you're overwhelmed by like all sorts of colors and smells and flavors, and then you turn your head the other way and there's another more interesting thing on the other side and you just don't know where to look.
or what to buy. I am like running through my money just on street food here. If I see something, I'm just buying it. And guys, you have to come and try the street food out here in Thailand. It's honestly like the street food capital of the world, and street food in general is a dying art with the government cracking down on it, and the children of the street food vendors, not wanting to also go into that line because they want to find better opportunities and more stable jobs. So it's sad, but in a few years, you probably won't see nearly as many street food vendors, so make sure you come check it out while you have the chance. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. That was a super fun trip to Monument Plaza and a little bit of exploration there. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that bell icon so you know when I post next. And until next time, guys, have a good day.